if you can't pull that off, like you're not gonna be a good Batman role, in my opinion.
I'm not gonna take
He
this.
set the standard.
I'm not gonna take this as my own, but is one of the comments I seen was that he kind of said that, or he kind of portrayed it more as Batman was more of the, or Bruce Wayne was the cover for Batman, or I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Tim, that's
like,
exactly right, and I
yeah.
think that's what Kevin Conroy channeled.
Yeah.
Batman is who Bruce Wayne is.
Yes.
Bruce
Yeah.
Wayne-
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne
is
the
the alter ego.
He's
That's why.
And
Yeah.
Kevin Conroy was, I would say, probably. Nerds, correct me if I'm wrong. Kevin Conroy was the first one to capture that and to exemplify it.
Mhm.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the animated series as a whole, I feel like, got Batman in a way that nobody else had before. But Kevin Conroy definitely embodied who Batman and who Bruce Wayne was deep to his core.
Mm-hmm.
And that was influential to all the Batman movies after that, and influential to us as comic book fans and Batman fans. That we might not honestly, if Kevin Conroy was voiced by Joe Schmo, would we even care? I mean, his performances elevated Batman in our minds, I feel like.
I saw it was Kevin Conroy at some panel at some Comic-Con or some convention, and he was talking about his influence for the character of Batman and Bruce Wayne, and it was some obscure movie that I can't remember the name of that he said, but basically it was kind of a similar thing where it was this kind of French aristocrat during the French Revolution, so like very dark times, and like at night that's kind of what he was doing, and then during the day he was this like flamboyant, charismatic kind of character, and so he said he drew a lot from that. And then he talked to Bob Kane, who created Batman forever ago. And Bob Kane actually told Kevin Conroy, that was his inspiration for the character of Batman. And I was just like,
awesome.
So, I mean, like, it was like he was born for it.
He got the character.
He literally, he was made for that character. And, there's not going to be another Kevin Conroy. Like,
never.
Unfortunately, the Batman that we all knew and loved, we're not going to get again. There will be other good Batmans. I'm not worried about like a Batman like going away or anything like that.
No. But his stamp, I guess, of approval, his mark will be on every future Batman. I would say.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and if it wasn't for Kevin Conroy, I don't even think I would be into that kind of fandom of like superheroes and stuff, because like the Batman animated series on Cartoon Network as a kid, that was like one of the best shows ever, and it's aged super well too.
Yeah. And I feel like that, like for us too, it introduced us and like to the lore of Batman. Like we are so much more connected to the comics because of that show and his performance.
I would never have wanted to read the comics if it wasn't for the show. Like I was like, okay, this character is super cool, and like as I got older and understand how deep Batman was too, it's like, okay, I want to find out more about Batman. And there was obviously so much to learn about it,
and shout out to him that he had to listen to so many sweaty nerds at all those Comic Cons.
He did with so much grace.
He was
before even they were into Batman, before even all the cartoons.
Yeah,
having to listen to all those questions.
And I imagine, but I like even the sweaty nerds, as you call them, were reading the.
I'm thinking like when I think of sweaty nerd, I'm thinking of comic book guy.
And Vince.
Yes. But like I imagine even them having, they probably, were reading the Batman comics before the animated series come out and before Kevin Conroy kind of became the voice of Batman, and I imagine they were probably blown away by his performance. Obviously, I can't speak for that, but I don't think I know of any person that was just like heard Kevin Conroy's take on Batman.
That's not it. That's not
they're
it.
like, I think
it's not hitting it for me.
like I don't
Never
know.
once have you heard anybody say that.
No, for sure. So,
And-
sad.
And
day.
also too, one kind of like low key thing. Mark Hamill kept coming back to voice the Joker because of Kevin Conroy.
Right.
Like Mark Hamill retired from the Joker in like the early 2000s.
And he showed
then
up for
they're
the Arkham
They're
games
like,
too.
They're like, hey, Mark, Kevin's coming back for the Arkham games. And he's like, okay, sure, yeah, I'm in.
That's
I already
awesome.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
retired, but
I'm
I'm
not
com-
doing anything else.
Yeah. So like, yeah, Mark.
I mean,
Star Wars and all.
yeah.
So yeah, like even Mark Hamill's legacy as the Joker, I feel like is almost not. I don't want to give too much. Like I don't want to disrespect Mark Hamill, but
Yeah.
a lot of it is
He's also the
accredited
Joker
to.
too, man.
Yeah, it's also accredited to Kevin Conroy,
Yeah.
which I don't want. When I say I don't mean any disrespect, Mark Hamill has said on public record that like Kevin Conroy is like to him Batman. That's why he's the Joker, pretty much. So yeah, that was a big celebrity death. I mean, he's 66 years old.
Yeah.
Fuck, cancer sucks, man.
Yeah. Fuck cancer, man.
It's only 3 years older than my dad.
Yeah.
Dang, yeah, that really hits home when you think about it that way.
Right.
That's
Yeah. It just sucks, man.
Thanks.
so
We could have had. There's so many more, like so much more that I bet he could have done.
and that's only the Batman. We're not even talking about any of his other voice
Right.
roles
Oh
that
man, he's
Like,
done
we're
so many other
minimizing
voices.
his
Yeah,
entire
that's-
career.
That's a good point. He's
We're
done
minim-
video games and other animated shows
Yeah.
and has blown it out of the water for all of it. But obviously, it's just his most iconic
the
role.
One, the iconic role that has affected us. That's what we talked about. But yeah,
Yeah.
R.I.P. Kevin Conroy. Hope you're in peace. Hope your family's in peace. And we, even this podcast shows shit we do doesn't exist without you. So
We love you and we're gonna miss you, bud.
it almost deserves another moment of silence.
Yeah, gosh.
I'm getting all emotional.
I know.
again.
I'm getting choked up now. Gosh, sucks. I guess we switched to coffee.
Need another beer?
Yeah, now I am. I was thinking, like, oh, this will be my
Grab
last
Tim, we
one,
grab
and now I'm on the verge of tears.
Now we're about to cry over Kevin Conroy. Gosh dang it. So this week,
Yeah, we're not being very sneaky about this beer run.
if we're being honest, we've
Are you in?
we've never been sneaky about our beer intake on this show, so there's no point in trying to start now.
Beer run. Hey, our last episode was dry, completely dry.
Completely dry, and it was probably the worst episode we've ever done.
Yeah, I hate when it's dry.
I don't know.
What?
It was one of our better dry runs.
Anyway,
Anyways,
back to what's important.
football.
This week was America Week. Officially,
America.
Oh,
this was America
the
Week.
veterans. That's right.
It was veteran.
Yeah.
Of course, Tim's getting upset about this already. It was Veterans Day.
Son of a bitch. No, I'm still pissed.
Okay, so
I'm
backstory.
still mad
I
about
took a
your
serious
your
shot
post.
at Tim. Vince, did you see the Facebook post and the Instagram
of
post?
course I have.
He is not on
So
Facebook.
I said, I'll just read it because I wanted
Please do.
I wanted I
I'm
wanted to pay
excited.
I
This
wanted
is-
to pay tribute because obviously veterans have been very influential to the show. It's strangely enough that like everything that we are has a lot to do with veterans. So
And the thing
so
is,
I said I don't know. Here's my post. I posted all of the military pictures of Matt, Grady, and Larry. I got all their.
You have Grady's military.
Oh
pictures?
yeah, check this
Oh
out.
my
Check this
gosh.
out. There's Matt.
Oh my god. Oh my.
Here's Grady.
Oh my gosh.
he's adorable.
And then Larry.
Yeah.
Okay, so I said
Zaddy.
I don't know how we got here. Vince and I don't really have any military ties. And I'm pretty sure Tim hates all former and current military personnel.
Which I have
More
four,
ties.
like 4 or 5 in my immediate family that have been in the
But somehow,
3 alone in the
But somehow our
in the
podcast
Navy.
has been built, supported, and run by veterans. So thanks to the big three, obviously, for their service to this country and this podcast, which I can confidently say is the voice of America.
Beautiful
there's
post, by the way.
Thank you.
There's a difference between criticizing the America's military budget
There's
and
not.
hating the veterans. And which I love at least 5. And
So yeah, but
And I would say
so,
Tim has gone out of ways too to say that like the military budget's out of control and that not enough goes to veterans.
yes.
You said
And America
said
does
that.
not take care of veterans. So
Matt and
it's-
Grady and Larry.
I love
deserve all of the money,
veterans, and I wish they were better taken care of.
especially those 3 who take care of us.
Yeah, yeah.
Or the ones
we're
or
going
the-
backwards to your statement. Those veterans are taking care of us, and not the other way around. But yeah, America
Anyway.
Week. It was Veterans Day. We had our midterm elections, which Tim, the sign in your front yard obviously didn't work.
Well, she didn't have a chance anyway, but because of
We live in
It's-
Nebraska.
well,
Tim had a
it's kind
Democratic
of
sign in his front yard. She was never going to win. She never stood a chance.
she came close, but no,
58% to 42. Yeah, it was close.
yeah, close enough. No,
I'm just
if it was just Lincoln, she would have won. But yeah, no, it includes Fremont and like up and towards the Dodge area and around and like, so that's
Unfortunately.
just Cirque 1.
Unfortunately,
No, it's whatever. I don't care. I think I don't know if the bacon guy got voted out or not. I don't think he might have won too. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
The guy I
I'm
don't
just
know.
so
literally,
happy.
literally only
Bacon?
Republicans won.
Oh
Did-
yeah,
did-
Nebraska.
Oh,
only.
Bacon did win.
Oh wait, yeah.
I'm
Mike
just-
Flood,
time.
Don Bacon, and
Don
Adrian
Bacon.
Smith.
Yeah, Adrian Smith's been in there like for 20 years, and he doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
He's like the third. That's
Who are
the,
you? Who are you going for? Is it
Patty
Patty.
Pansing Brooks.
Don't even see her on here.
She's-
My
according to the
my
report,
wa-
she never knew existed. I'm just
shout out customer of the groom room, great lady.
Patty is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
why didn't you say we would have been advertising for it? We're not. This is not a political podcast.
Yeah, I
despite
mean,
your
yeah.
attempts, we would have
out of our
advocated
way, yeah.
for this woman.
Yeah,
Thanks,
didn't
Tim.
really think about it.
You
Wow.
lost
I-
her
I-
election.
It's
Yeah.
your.
Yeah,
You
that-
put
that-
up a sign, but you didn't do any.
That
real
would have made
work.
up the 20,000 votes. Yeah, or whatever.
How many
it
people
was
do you think
then.
listen to the podcast, Tim? Huh?
At least 20,000 would
And
have.
how many of them are in Lincoln?
Mm,
Probably less. than
I
the-
hope, Patty, if you're Patty Penzing Brooks, if you're listening to this, I hope you know Tim lost you the Nebraska congressional election.
Yeah.
Single-handedly. Yeah. I just want to say though, with all that out of the way, I'm so happy we don't have to watch any more ad campaigns.
Yeah, it is good.
For college
It is
football
good.
NFL
and the
anymore.
worst part is that again, I need to change my registration.
Are you
'cause
still registered as a Republican?
I sure am, dude. And
That's
all
so
I get
wait,
is literally
hold on, Vince,
they
why-
keep stuffing my mailbox with garbage.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, Vince.
Yeah,
Why
like,
are
here, you throw this away.
Yeah.
and what? We're not a politically affiliated podcast, but based off of your opinions over the last 4 years, why are you registered as a
I
Republican?
thought well, for one, when I've grown up, my whole family has been Republican. and my grandpa was like, obviously my biggest idol when I was growing up. So I was like, when I turned 18, I was like, I'm going to be Republican. But then I started when I started learning what Republicans stand for, and my first opportunity to vote, I was like, well, there's no Republicans here. They might carry that name, but there is no Republicans here. Okay, maybe next time. Nope. And my whole life that I've been legally able to vote, I've never been able to vote for an actual Republican. So yeah, and I thought in my head as a dumb, just naive young man, I thought maybe
See-
I could change it from the inside because my vote matters, and I will be able to represent the Republicans the correct way, and it's just never happened. There's just no
you've
chance.
never voted for a Republican
It-
in any
so-
position.
So was your idea of a Republican like a Nixon Republican or like what do you
No, somebody who's like
a
fiscally
Reagan,
conservative.
a Reagan Republican?
Good
like-
Lord, Tim. Why do you think of me this way?
No, I'm not dashing it. But since you've been able to vote, it was like your first person that you could
But
have
I
voted.
learned about the core values
the first
of
person
Republicans.
the first person that you could have voted for in a general election would have been what's his name Mormon
Mitt
yeah,
Romney.
Mitt
Mitt Romney.
I voted
yeah,
for
yeah.
Mitt.
Weird flex, but okay.
It's not a flex.
and
It's just a weird
and-
callback.
and by today's standards, he's a
He's a great guy.
is basically a moderate Democrat that's still registered as a Republican.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's kind of me. I get
yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, the more that I learned about what the Republican Party's stood for. Tons of money on the federal budget. Be a good idea. But then but now they're like, well, we need trillions of dollars for the military
And to build a wall.
and build that wall.
We did again.
Yeah, you can hear it, so let me know where to take off. This is the
Yeah.
last sentence.
That was a good voice.
That was great.
So what
that
did
was
you say?
great.
Trillions of dollars
That's
for the military.
All right, so now you can.
But like, that's not what Republicans stand for. They're not. They don't want the government spending trillions of dollars
Well,
on literally anything.
Before
And
I don't wanna,
they want more power to individual states,
I don't.
which I still agree with.
I'm
think
big on
each
state
ins-
rights.
yeah.
I don't want to get too deep into politics especially because the three veterans. Actually, I don't even know what their political affiliation is.
Yeah,
They
no.
probably hate both
It
of
doesn't
you.
matter.
If I had to agree, if I had to guess, I think but without getting too political, both sides are too far gone.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's no redemption, I think, for either side, and so
Yeah.
unfortunately now we just have to hope that our generation, when we
Well,
become
that's
apparently
why, like,
ancient dinosaurs, will be
it's
able to
just like-
finally get into office. And
Like we're in this like stage like we gotta. It's like we either have to like everybody has to fucking cool it off for a while, or everybody's just gonna like fight immediately.
Everybody should
Which
just
is
vote
like-
libertarian for the next.
Oh
4
yeah,
years.
yeah.
Everybody's- every time.
Sure.
unfortunately, they can't
Yeah.
figure out a
They-
good
I
candidate
mean,
either.
Hey,
Yeah, they.
I
yeah,
voted
don't
for the
know.
libertarian person of Nebraska for governor
Yeah.
Why?
because he's the only. I looked up all their.
Bohr?
No,
no.
Zimmerman.
Zimmerman.
I looked up
okay,
all
Yeah,
three
don't,
people.
Don't vote for Bohr because I know
That was the
man.
right.
I-
He was a write-in. That's right.
Yeah, and
I looked up. I
personally
looked
know
up.
him.
I
He's
looked
a
up all
shit
three
person.
people,
Yeah.
and he was the only person who like said a few things that made sense to me.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean that's
All
fine.
right, stop this. We
But,
need to shut this down now. This is not
no,
a political podcast.
No.
Listeners, I'm sorry. Especially like if you are a Republican, Vince and Tim are so stupid. So
I am
I
a
agree.
little bit. I am kind of a little bit pissed off that Pete Ricketts still has kind of a mob rule over Nebraska because he basically handpicked Pillen.
I did vote for like there was like a attorney general or something like that. There was some political parties that were like their political
Oh,
party was vote medical marijuana legal now.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, vote for you.
That's what I did too because there
And
was
they
nobody
failed
else.
miserably.
Yeah, they did.
failed miserably.
Well, obviously you didn't expect anything, but no, it's that we now will have
We gotta stop,
a voter ID law.
Yeah, we gotta stop, man.
Well, that's not even that political though. I mean, it is, but I don't know. It's stupid. It's fixing a problem that didn't exist. That's why
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
kind of
agree.
pissed off.
Like, who's going to the great lengths of voter fraud in Nebraska? It's not okay. We don't
No.
stop. Everybody stop.
It's stupid.
This is a sport. We're going to talk about sports now.
Sports.
are a real thing.
Sports.
You-
Sports.
And back to my point of America Week.
Sunday,
sports
Sunday,
ball.
Sunday.
Sports ball.
And not Vince and Tim's political idealism that they try to jackhammer into this show.
Well, Vince is
we're
an
gonna talk about
idealist.
real-
He's just disappointed.
real American issues,
Everything.
real problems that face this country. Greg Berhalter has announced his 26 men who he's taking to the World Cup to represent the United States of America. And we are going to start with the big hot topic of
Can I
Zach.
have a smoke?
Yeah, go take a smoke. I
Alright.
don't care.
No, you can't take a smoke, Tim.
have
You
anything
kidding
on
me?
Tim, we need to indoctrinate you. Remember, you can't leave. Smoke in here. Robin might yell at you, but Zach Steffen, who was one of the people fighting for the starting spot for our keeper role, was left off the roster completely. Now there were rumors before the announcement, and I was like, oh, that's just Twitter BS. Zach Steffen is not going to the World Cup.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, Zach Steffen 6 months ago was on Pardon My Take, the very famous podcast representing the United
Wow,
States
they're-
soccer
they're-
team.
They're
talking
getting
about,
a lot of. We're name dropping them a lot lately.
Yeah, you're really
I
on
did
their
it.
dick lately.
He's doing
Oh,
it.
sorry, I don't mean to. I'm saying he was on a.
But
a
I've been
popular,
doing it.
I'm saying Zach
Yeah.
Steffen was on a popular sports show.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll say
guys
that. He was on-
scream at me
But
for
he
name
was on a
dropping
popu- He was
podcast.
on a popular sports show.
They have a wider
advocating-
reach than I thought. Though.
advocating for the United States team. He's not second string keeper. He's not third string. He's not on the list.
It's not even on the roster.
I and I don't want to. I don't know the inner workings of the U.S. National team. But you can't convince me that Sean Johnson is a better option than Zach Steffen.
That was. I was like, I saw him and I was just like, I honestly couldn't tell you.
He's an old MLS guy.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
There are rumors that Zach said, if I'm not the starter, I don't want to go. That was all on Twitter. I don't believe that. I don't think anybody would turn down the opportunity to represent their country.
Or at least I would hope not.
I would hope not. Yeah. But it is
Would
strange.
you want to go
It
to
is strange
Qatar?
Yeah, to play for the U.S. men's national team.
Whether I'm
yes.
I could not even play a minute, and it would still be a complete honor to help contribute to that team in that tournament.
Yeah,
I mean,
because you're still
this
practicing.
isn't. Yeah,
right?
Tim.
You're
Again,
still,
this isn't NFL. This isn't MLB. This isn't NBA. This is these players have worked their entire lives for this opportunity.
yes.
I can't. I don't see a reason why Zach Steffen's not in, and maybe news will come out as to why he's not involved in this roster. But we've talked about this, Vince. Matt Turner, I believe, should be the starter and is the starter for this team.
Yeah.
But Zach Steffen's a great backup option.
Oh, for
if something
sure.
happens, we need an emergency.
Honestly, and even you're gonna have to help me with this, Ethan Horvath.
Ethan Horvath should be on the roster.
Okay, yeah,
He should be on the roster. But I still think it should be Matt Turner, Zach Steffen, and Ethan Horvath. I think those should be the three keepers. No disrespect to Sean Johnson.
Yeah. I'm just
he's played in a lot of friendlies and he's played in a lot of qualifying, or not played, but he's been on the roster for qualifying and through different tournaments and stuff. I respect what Sean Johnson has done. I just don't think it's enough to say that he is a better option than Zach Steffen.
He was in net during the CONCACAF finals.
Who, Ethan?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember Ethan came in after the injury and saved that PK.
I had it flipped in my head for some reason.
Yeah,
the one we watched.
Yeah, Ethan.
The one that me and Tyler
Ethan
watched.
definitely deserves a spot on this roster.
Okay,
but
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
just it was a big shock. I couldn't believe that they announced.
Oh, not
it
the
that
one
way.
we attended, but one you watched.
The one we watched.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was against Mexico.
Yeah.
We went to Canada. USA versus Canada.
Don't confuse them.
No. I thought
there's a lot of keepers.
We did watch one versus Mexico. Or I watched.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's okay, Tim. Don't hurt yourself now. We still got a few weeks left before the tournament.
How much longer are you guys gonna go?
A long time. We're just talking about keepers right now.
I'm just gonna have it like a quarter.
Yeah, do your business.
There's 10 other positions on the field.
Don't hurt yourself.
Easy. You have no fucking
So-
reason to, Tim.
That was the big shock. I feel like.
Yeah, that seems like a poor choice.
I am very happy. On a flip side, we were talking about confusion there. On the flip side, Tim Ream made the final roster. Tim Ream, he sold me over with his beard. The beard alone made me a big fan of him. But also, I want to give credit to Tim Ream. It's not talked a lot because people right now are talking about, well, he's playing really well for Fulham. He's in form. He is old, but he's playing really well right now. I don't care about any of that. I want to give credit to Tim Ream for when this team was completely turned over after we missed the World Cup in 2018, when this team was in shambles after losing to Trinidad and Tobago, when we had a brand new young roster, when we had 18, 19-year-olds playing. Do you know who the leader who came to the locker room and helped guide this team to where we are now? It was Tim Ream. Tim Ream was always part of the roster. He was a captain. He was playing different. He was playing left back. He was playing different positions. Tim Ream helped develop and create the team that we have now into who they are because of his leadership and his presence in the locker room. And for him to be able to have a great turnaround, he's played very well in the last. I mean, we haven't seen him on the U.S. team for a while, but for Fulham, he's played very well in the last year, and I'm very excited for him to be on this roster. And I honestly believe that he could be a starting center back next to Walker Zimmerman. The way he's been playing lately, I think he can be a starter.
Yeah.
In this tournament, especially because he's played in the EPL, he's played in the Championship. He can play especially against England. He understands their system. He understands the way they play. I think he could be huge for this team.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's good to fight because we still have a very young USA team. Not a lot of World Cup
average of 25 years old.
Yeah, and not a lot of
experience.
World Cup experience.
DeAndre Yedlin is our most experienced player.
Incredible.
That's nuts.
You know, But so yeah, it's nice to finally have kind of bring somebody who has played for one on an international level like that, and yeah, has a good understanding of the game like that, like Tim. And
He's 35. He's an old man.
yeah.
And he's playing great. Did you hear his quote with Pep Guardiola?
I've not.
Pep Guardiola, the coach of Manchester City, after they played Fulham, he came up to Tim and said, "Hey, if you were 24 instead of 34, you'd be on my team." And Tim said, "Well, good thing because I'm actually 35." Like, I love Tim Ream.
Yeah,
Like, Tim Ream's
he's
my guy, and
awesome.
I'm so excited he's part of this roster. Midfield is everything you expect. Tyler Adams,
Mm-hmm.
Weston McKennie, Yunus Musa. Those three are going to be incredible. We got Luca Della Torre, Christian Roldan, and Kellen Acosta as our backups, which I think are fine. But I think that first three are going to be, they are the backbone of this team, and I think they're going to be amazing. Going forward, I'm very excited about Josh Sargent. Josh Sargent made the roster.
Yeah.
He's been kind of I don't want to say blacklisted, but he hasn't been called up a lot by Greg. He's had a lot of struggles, but he's played very well for Norwich the last 2 years. He's scoring a lot of goals. And I like Josh. He's a big guy, and he holds the ball really well up top, and I think that's going to be perfect if he can hold the ball and distribute back in order to play Reyna and Pulisic on the outside. I'm a huge fan of Josh Sargent because of that for this squad. I'm excited he's here. Jordan Morris, I think, was probably one of the more surprising picks.
Yeah.
Coming off 2 ACL surgeries, he's really struggled.
I'm sure they're probably he's just probably gonna be a
He's definitely a backup.
Right,
He's
yeah,
gonna come in
just-
at the 80th minute and hey, go run fast and try to score.
right.
The big thing was between him and Paul Areola, and I've been pretty vocal about. I think Paul has squandered a lot of his chances with the ball, but I don't want to disrespect Paul because I feel like Paul is one of the most hardest working athletes who's ever worn the American jersey.
Yeah.
I don't personally like Paul as a player, but I think the effort that he has put in through the Gold Cup, through qualifying, has been detrimental to getting us to where we are. So all credit to him.
Yeah.
But I understand the pick of Jordan Morris over him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm excited about this team too. Just I just can't wait for soccer to start, man. World Cup stuff.
We're let's see, we're 8 days away.
Just over a week.
Next Sunday, Qatar takes on Ecuador. I'm very curious to see how Qatar does because like previously in World Cup matches, the home team is literally it's not even debatable.
Yeah.
Is elevated by the fans. I mean, we go like I guess from the most knowledge that I've had of being a soccer player and watching soccer is South Africa in the 2010 World Cup. Awful team. They didn't even make it to a group stage, but their fans they played very well through their first 3 games. I mean, we look at Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Russia played so better than they should have because the country was elevating them. With Qatar, are there actually citizens who live there? I mean, is it? I'm pretty sure Qatar is just an oil company and an airline. So, like, are they going to have people who wear that pride, that badge, that flag of Qatar with honor and elevate those players to be so much more than they could be on themselves? I don't think so, but
I don't know, man.
maybe it's
we know soccer is a whole nother beast though.
It
Like
is.
you put all like kind of negative feelings about your country aside for it, and all of a sudden, I obviously love America, but like during World Cup time, like America, US, I'm doing USA chants, baby. Let's go. I'm about it, and I think that's true for everybody. Like I can't think of another country I've seen where their country doesn't just all of a sudden, it doesn't matter what club you represent, what club you like, wherever. You are an Englishman, you are a Mexican, you are whatever, Colombian.
German,
yeah,
Danish,
all of that. It doesn't matter.
German. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You are there to see your country play the best football.
And you
they
were
can.
there to
Yeah.
support them full-heartedly, and that's why I'm confused. Because I don't actually I don't know because I'm ignorant and I haven't been there. I don't know if Qatar actually has citizens.
I think we're gonna see easily because I mean Qatar is a wealthy country. Like they have
Yeah, but like
lots of money.
But those people don't. Do they have Qatarian pride, or is it just
I bet
I'm here for oil money and the airline?
probably that's probably a part to do with it. But I bet I am sure. I mean, soccer we know is just such a far-reaching sport. There's no way there isn't citizens there that when they heard it was coming to Qatar,
They were excited.
and even after all the atrocities, they were like, "Let's go."
And that's why,
Okay.
and then Tim's gonna be right because Tim's
I was watching outside. I actually have something to say.
Tim was very excited because he's angry. He hates Qatar. He wants Qatar to lose. But it's
I mean,
like
I do
I
too.
don't
but
care.
it's like those players, the players that are on the field and the fans, like they have done nothing wrong. Like
Yeah,
they are
yeah.
there, they are there doing what they do best, to be as prideful and to the best for the people around them as they can.
Yeah.
Tim, what were you gonna say? Coming
there-
out of the top rope.
There was a video I saw, like somebody doing a protest, like that with FIFA, like that he came in front of the guy that runs FIFA. What's his name?
Sepp Blatter.
yeah,
Well, he's the old.
Sepp-
He's not in charge anymore. But
whatever. I don't know. Like came up in front of a press conference, like just threw a bunch of bills in the air, like so for the next after
World
US the next World Cup after the US, like this money is for North Korea because here's all the money in the world because you just get a buy wherever you
listen.
you
Tim,
guys get
can
paid
say what
off
you want.
wherever.
I'll watch a World Cup in North Korea. I'll watch it in China. I'll watch it in Qatar. I'm watching the World Cup.
I
No
know.
matter where it's
I'll
Yeah,
watch
I
it
know it
if
doesn't matter
Russia
to you
gets
guys,
back,
but it's
I'll
like
watch.
Jesus. But it's such a money game with
Oh,
FIFA.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
we know
it's
that. Like
like,
we
yeah,
said, it's
that's
the,
that's
arguably
all
the
that's
most
all it
corrupt
is.
sports organization.
Yes.
You should just take the sports out of that sentence.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
those
it's just
corrupt
a-
organizations.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, U.S. I'm happy with the U.S. roster. Ricardo Pepi was left off. I understand it. I think for the most part, I think we're in good hands. I'm excited to see how this team performs. Did you guys see they released on YouTube of Greg Berhalter calling every single player? FaceTiming them and saying, "Hey,
No, I haven't seen that.
I just want you to know you're part of the World Cup roster. Like we're going to announce you as part of the roster. It's really cool. It's a lot of.
I gotta watch.
It's
that.
funny seeing McKenny's reaction. He's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I know."
I know.
But seeing guys like who are on the bubble, Josh Sargent, very emotional. Like he was waiting the entire week. He didn't know if he was going to be on. Looking at Jordan Morris. Jordan Morris started crying on the phone call because he had no this is a guy, like I said, 2 ACL injuries. He's battled through so much, and for him to be able to experience this and to share it with his family is
And-
super incredible.
And Pulisic was literally bred to do this.
Yeah, we know that.
is the article that I saw on him, like his parents came together, fucked Pulisic.
Actually,
They don't even love each other.
They don't
That's
even-
actually a very bad. It should be Gio Reyna because Claudia Reyna played for the U.S. national
Yeah.
team, and I don't know whose wife is, but her wife played for the U.S.
But
women's national team.
It's kind of
Those two created a baby who's Gio Reyna, who's only 20 years old.
kind of the same
Who is
thing. though.
probably our best skilled player. He was bred for this.
Right.
Yeah, Christian is our captain.
Yeah.
I will be interested to see what Greg does with Captain Armband.
Yeah.
I think Tyler Adams should be the captain for every single game.
I like that.
But Greg's mixed it up a lot, so whatever they do, whatever works in their locker room,
Yeah.
they know that. But World Cup starting up, baby. I am so excited. But we should fret. America should fret. The entire world should fret. Because Olivier Giroud was announced to the French
no,
to the French squad, and that
It's
is not
over.
good for anybody.
Why,
over.
why wouldn't he be?
just give him the World Cup.
Just hand it to him now.
Gosh.
I did. I'm going to share this photo here on the YouTube.
God,
Vince, like you said, that is Giroud with his shirt off.
dude, puts Kirk Cousins to shame. I'll tell you that.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
that body. Oh,
You're-
like, we make fat jokes on Giroud. That man is built.
0% body fat.
Like,
right there.
Mbappe doesn't scare me. That
That
Giroud scares me.
And I never thought I would be afraid of a Frenchman.
No.
Ever.
I named my daughter after Giroud. His name's Olivier. My daughter's name's Olivia.
Yeah,
I tried to go with the Olivier. My wife didn't like the French accent, so we just went with Olivia.
which is fair.
So my youngest daughter is named after Olivier Giroud, and I know it's kind of a meme on this podcast, but look out.
It's because we love him.
because we love him.
We truly do. I never. Yeah.
But well,
Remember
All-
the days at Arsenal, baby. Those were good days.
days gone.
Days long.
So yeah,
Sports suck, man. I don't like sports anymore.
so yeah, guys, the World Cup's here next Sunday. Next Sunday is Qatar and Ecuador. I'm so excited. 10 a.m. Central Time. I will be watching it.
Tyler, I have a very hard question to ask you.
Yeah, what's up?
Obviously, we know my situation with sports right now.
You've had.
Do you think I need to sit this out? I know you're a very superstitious person, so
No, because
if it helps you feel better,
Vince, I truly and
Well-
I
well,
no,
honestly,
Tim, let me finish. I truly and I
Don't interrupt me.
personally, I really appreciate the sentiment. The crest of the U.S. badge rises above your superstition, above your bad luck. No matter how much Russell Wilson wants to ruin your life, the
On it-
badge of U.S. soccer will rise
Vin-
above.
I'm just
Vince-
waiting. I'm waiting to see an announcement like surprise add to the roster Russell Wilson.
Vince, you don't have bad luck. You just have really bad luck with being right about
I know.
United States country.
like, who's winning.
U.S. baby. The U.S. is going all the way for its first
You
ever
heard it.
World Cup.
You
go.
heard it here first.
So yeah,
You heard it here
I'm
first.
getting a tattoo right now. of it.
Yes.
U.S. crest. Let's do it. Let's do
with
it right
the star,
now.
with the star there.
Let's do it. I'm down. Tim, you gonna get a U.S. Soccer Federation
Speak it into
tattoo?
existence.
We're doing
Manifest it.
I'm so excited. So you're traveling to Ohio, right?
I'll
We've
be in
talked about this,
Ohio during it, but
You're
at
gonna be
least
back
I'll.
Black Friday. So
Black Friday,
We
baby.
have three options. So the American Outlaws, who is the official brand, the official fan club of the United States Soccer, was originated here in Lincoln, Nebraska. So it's cool. So we have the founding chapter, the very first soccer bar is here in Lincoln.
Captain Jacks.
Captain Jack's. No, it's not even Jack. Yeah, it's Captain Jack's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they're not only doing it there. Obviously, it's a smaller bar, so they have 3 watch party locations available. They have Captain Jack's, they have Rosie's, which is in the corner.
nice.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
That's a big.
That's
and,
big.
And then the Rail Yard. Oh, so
Are they doing it on the cube?
They're doing. How could they not? What else is? Yeah, it's going on the cube, Tim.
All right.
So yeah, there's a huge LED wall in Lincoln, Nebraska that's gonna have the soccer game on. So we will have our choice of options. I'm gonna try to go to Captain Jack's. Maybe it's a little too crowded. Maybe we'll wander down yonder to the Rail Yard. And,
I mean, Vince has got an in at Rosie's apparently. So,
Yeah, I didn't-
yeah.
do you have an in at Rosie's?
Well, we got in for free after the. or
There was a
before-
cover.
yeah, there was a cover, and we got in for free at Rosie's because
Oh,
the
for the
guy.
Husker game.
Yeah, because the guy worked at Cisco and
Oh, nice.
And
Yeah.
I saw
He's
that,
like, you're
"Oh, hey,
good.
man."
You're good.
Oh, okay, so-
yeah.
he just waved us
Yeah.
on in.
And then the girl that was giving away the wristbands
She
apparently
was
had
fumbling with mine a little
apparently
bit.
had to feel everybody up. You know, it
I was
one
happy
of
with
those.
it.
Yeah,
Should have filled
it was
everybody up, just Vince.
Like it was a pat down.
Tim's like, you're not gonna pat me down? No, you're good.
I mean, it was a wrist pat down, but it was like,
It felt so good
yeah.
to have anything,
That-
any
So,
sort of touch
He-
from a female. It's like,
So,
holy
yeah.
shit.
Guys, virtually for this podcast, World Cup's a week away. The blood is pumping through our veins, and we cannot be more excited. I'm
Pumped.
Woo.
And let's not forget, I know you don't care.
Yeah. I'm
Nebraska plays
I'm
Iowa
like-
too, baby.
It'll
Okay,
be
we're
after,
gonna see.
it'll
It.
be after the England game, so it doesn't matter.
It's great. Absolutely. We're gonna be on cloud 9
Mm.
going into that game, and and Tyler, the hope dope will be flowing through you after that too, because
Honey and
we're
kids,
gonna
I'm
put
not
up.
coming home today.
We're putting up 3-0 on England. I'm calling it
3-0.
3-0, baby.
the soothsayer.
3-1. 3-1. I don't think we'll have
make
a
your
clean
statement. Don't
3-1.
back down. 3-1.
3-1. I don't think we'll be able to
Harry
keep
Kane
a
will
clean
get a PK or some bullshit.
he'll
trash
throw
goal.
himself over
Yeah.
on somebody. and
Yeah,
stuff.
Sterling will flop down in the
Yeah.
in the box. Yeah.
Or then we'll
3-1.
punch somebody in the face.
Who's scoring? Who's scoring the three goals for USA?
I think with the form that Sargent's in, I think that
Sargent gets
I
one?
think he gets one. We know Pulisic will get one.
Oh my
whether it be off a penalty or
matter.
it doesn't matter. He'll get one.
Who's the third?
Third one, man, that's a tougher.
Can I speak for
Yeah,
you?
yeah, please.
Tim Weah.
Tim Weah. Okay,
Weah.
yeah, I'm in. Let's go. Yeah, there it is. So
Man,
3-1. We're calling it right now. Let's go, England.
manifesting
Yes.
it into
Yep.
existence.
And so after you see that, and we're just for one hammered because it's
We will check follow us along on Instagram, follow Vince's Snapchat, Facebook. We will be live streaming all of our tears and our joy. It's gonna be amazing.
and then we're gonna take that to the Husker game too, because as soon as
I don't care.
you will though, Tyler. You will. It's Iowa, and the hate for Iowa overcomes your
The adrenaline
apathy.
right now of the World Cup is just getting me angry.
yeah, overcomes your apathy towards Husker football.
I love sports. I love soccer.
That's gonna be
so
a
much.
great 3-9 game.
Tim, are you on our level?
No.
God damn it!
Are you? Hold on, Tim. You have to be on our level on Monday,
I mean,
November
when
21st.
I
You
will.
have to
I
be
will.
ready to go.
I will.
You got to be ready, Tim.
I will 60% your level. That's for sure.
Tim, do some cocaine. I don't care. Take some Adderall. I don't care what it is. Get your body in shape for this now, because this is a level of love and passion that you've never experienced.
I was
before in your life.
totally into it. I would have been more into it if my knee wasn't injured when we went to that one game.
That's fine. Your knee's
Hey,
good now.
Yeah,
This is
I'm
gonna be
in
even
in
more
shape.
electric.
Yeah.
All right.
Once I get
November 21st, you're not going to work.
Black Friday.
No.
Oh.
Monday. Black Monday before Black Friday.
Oh,
You ain't going to work. You and I, we're getting with it.
I mean, we'll see.
I will drag you out of work. I'll call you in sick.
What
for
time?
you.
What time's the game?
Tim's
1
so
PM.
Tim's so sick he can't even talk on the phone right
You
now.
can't even talk-
Lost his voice.
I'm Tim's lawyer. On his behalf, he will not be at
His
work.
lawyer and his doctor.
His doctor.
I mean, I'll see how it matches up with what I need to make by the end of the month, but we'll see.
I'll pay you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I won't pay you.
Well, I need at
So
least.
you might be the first
I
employee
need.
of
I need.
Garage Sports
I need.
Podcast.
I need $200.
Man, I did not expect for that minor conversation to get me as excited.
Right? Okay.
My heart's
I'm
beating
glad I can
out of
get
my
you pumped
chest
up,
right
man.
now, dude. Oh, I'm so happy.
Yes. We're here again.
Greatest season of life is the
Yep.
World Cup season.
Mhm.
Okay, let's bring it down. Let's bring it down.
To a level playing field now.
We're level-headed, non-biased podcasters. The Broncos fucking suck. Titans
That's
are the best team in the
100%
world.
True. Except for that part.
Rams are getting stomped by the Cardinals right now. It's
Hey.
poetry.
It's
Is
still-
Wofford
still
starting?
early? Yeah, I mean it. Matt's out.
Can we? So we should
Stafford's
we
out.
should talk about the whole Jeff Saturday situation. Yeah. Real quick. So
Fuck is going on?
I have. We.
Oh,
we've
how did they
talked-
do today?
We've talked
Or
about
how
this
they doing?
before. I have Stockholm syndrome with the Colts. Like Jeff Saturday is the most dopest, and dope as in being an idiot hire of all of like sports.
I feel like this is like Jim Irsay's version of like he wants to have his own like Ted Lasso show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's,
so
that's
the-
called Jeff Saturday.
So the Colts
It's gonna be
hiring
called Jeff Saturday. It's gonna be called Jeff Saturday.
is so stupid and so dumb, and like it's like I'm like, haha, Colts, you're stupid, and I go, oh no, this guy's about to be the next Bill Belichick. Like I know the Titans have not lost to the Colts in 1,000 days. I'm still scared for some reason. I'm still scared that somehow Jeff Saturday is going to come up from the top rope from ESPN and make this team.
I mean, it doesn't say much, but the Colts are winning 13.
Colts are winning
7.
13-17 as we speak.
7.
13-7 as we speak. Josh McDaniel has to be
Yeah,
fired after
yeah,
this.
yeah. I would think so. Wow, that I mean,
It's baffling.
Everybody said it was going to be bad, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad.
The Broncos fans could have told you it was going to be this bad. Vince remembers.
I remember.
Well, it's kind of funny because didn't Josh McDaniels he got hired and then
Yeah,
goes
he
to
got
the
hired by
Colts,
the Colts and then,
goes
bailed
to
on
the-
him.
Bailed.
Instead of getting on the jet to come over for his press conference, he's like, I think I'll stay in New England.
Yeah.
And now,
I mean,
now
he
he's
did-
getting
he
his
did,
face
like-
kicked in by Jeff Saturday, a guy with no coaching experience, who was an analyst at ESPN. It's incredible.
Yeah.
The Colts deserve all of the hate they've gotten, but here I am.
Well,
here
I feel
am scared.
I feel bad for Frank Reich. I mean, I feel like he got a bad deal
Yeah. It was again. It was
He's gonna get a job like tomorrow.
Look-
Like, I don't know. He might get hired like mid-season for somebody else. Like
Frank Reich, and it as a Titans fan, it's painful to say this. Frank Reich had built a coaching staff
Mhm.
and a team to go to the Super Bowl with Andrew Luck.
yeah.
Andrew Luck retired last minute. Can't blame Andrew Luck. The Colts did him so dirty, and the Colts deserve
Probably almost killed him.
the Colts
Yeah.
deserve all of the bad shame and luck and karma they've had since then.
Mhm.
But Frank Reich had Matt Eberflus, had Nick Sirianni on his staff. A great offensive line, great defense,
Mhm.
and they were doing good, but not good enough to seal the deal because they didn't have a quarterback. Nick Sirianni goes to the Eagles, who are still currently undefeated.
Crushing it.
It's crazy.
Matt Eberflus is with Chicago right now, who is in my opinion, exceeding expectations. He has a bottom 3 roster in the entire league, and he is winning games. They lost the Lions today, but he's still won some
Yeah.
games with an awful roster, and he's actually developing Justin Fields. So yeah, Frank Reich, I feel like got the short end of the stick. I hope Jeff Saturday fails miserably.
Damn.
My favorite. Have you guys
Damn.
seen? I'm
Mm.
actually gonna play it on here.
I mean, I know he's going to, but at the same time, I also kind of hope he wins. But
Why do you hope he wins?
I don't know, because he's like, it's so stupid. Like, I mean, yeah, like it would be
It's almost as if
hilarious. It would be hilarious if
it's
he
like
won.
if like a TV personality got elected president.
God, wouldn't that be?
How funny would that
What-
be?
Okay, so this is
But this has less consequences.
this is better. This is great.
Yeah.
Consequence. This is
Yeah.
Peyton
There's
Manning.
pride and glory on the
This
line.
is Peyton Manning.
That's why I compared it to fucking Ted Lasso, because he's only the only head coaching job he has been a high school football team.
All right, so there's a lot of clips that I wanted to share on here about Shannon Sharp talking about the Jeff Saturday Hatter, Joe Thomas, Bill Cowher. These are all 3 prestigious names who have
Yeah.
negative comments about Jeff Saturday. This is my favorite.
I
And
think
this
we
is-
should clarify though. I don't think it's towards Jeff Saturday. I don't think any of them have any ill
Joe
will.
Thomas does.
I don't
He
think
did.
any,
He said.
Well-
Hey, and also Jeff Saturday is not to blame, or not. He's not blameless in this. He did accept this job.
Yeah.
right.
He should have respectfully declined.
But
and which he has
it's-
over and over again, and they came to him again, and this is the time that he answered. I don't know.
well, it's his affiliation with Jim Irsay.
Dude,
I
Joe
think,
Thomas called Jeff
with-
Saturday
with-
Jim Irsay's drinking buddy.
Yeah. Which
But
I'm
without-
sure
but so there's all
I'm
these-
sure is not like
So Tim, let me play this. This is not any.
it's not
analyst.
negative, but probably true.
This is Peyton Manning yelling at Jeff Saturday on the sideline, mic'd up when they both played for the Indianapolis Colts. Listen. Oh, what the fuck is this? This is sorry, bad video. I'll find the actual one. This is Tony Dungy's commentation.
Yeah, no. I just think, I agree with everybody's take on this that
Yeah.
it's a bad hire.
I mean,
But-
what could they do? I mean, I don't know. They could,
Like you said,
they
have
could
a
have,
ton-
they
have
could have
tons of
done
staff.
better.
Yeah, they
They
have
could
tons
have
of
done
staff that have
better.
been on the
They
Indianapolis
could have
Colts
done better.
that could take
Yeah.
that should get the opportunity to take up the mantle because they, for one, have coached.
Yeah. But
here's Peyton Manning.
there we go.
Yelling at Jeff Saturday, mic'd up.
Fucking. Wow, that's the most heated I've ever heard Peyton Manning. But
You're a center. Just block.
I mean, he does get heated. I mean, I guess he's not fucking Phillip Rivers, but
Yeah.
he will drop one every
There were a
now
lot
and
of
then.
F-bombs
Man, yeah,
bleeped out there.
yeah.
But I was, as a Titans fan, I just love watching Peyton Manning yell at Jeff Saturday.
that's hilarious.
10 years in the past.
That's hilarious. I like that. Yeah. No, the
Super Bowl contenders. You're
Yeah.
probably a little salty.
no. The one you showed earlier, the Bill Cowher one was that was the most inviscerating one.
Should
that's
I
for sure.
should I share that? Should we listen to that on the podcast?
Yeah, let's do that one because
I'm
I
down.
like because that was I mean pretty methodical. Hey,
And
Throwback.
again, I don't think he didn't tear Jeff Saturday down as a
no,
person.
he just
think,
like
yeah.
the decision.
And I
like,
think-
Because I
yeah.
don't know. Like I said, I don't know your guys' opinion if you have one. I like Jeff Saturday. I think he's a decent TV personality.
Sure, yes, but
he was a good offensive lineman.
He
Yeah.
was. He obviously is a fucking.
I mean,
Super Bowl.
I
think-
don't know
I
what
think-
he's gonna do, but it's like, I don't know.
And so
there's
we're gonna,
more deserving people.
We're gonna play the clip from Coach Bill Cowher, who was Super Bowl champion coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think before we play this, Bill Cowher has earned the position to speak this way.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like Bill Cowher has done enough in this league to have a valid opinion on things like this.
You know, guys, I played in the National Football League for 5 years. I went on to become an assistant coach right from playing the coach, and I was assistant coach for 7 years. Blessed to be able to go to Pittsburgh and be a head coach at the age of 34 for 15 years. I'm speaking on behalf of the coaching profession. I know for a fact that Jeff Saturday was offered an opportunity to become an assistant coach with the Indianapolis Colts multiple times in the last 4 years. He declined, citing that he had a TV job and wanted to spend more time with his family. I get it.
That's fair.
I get it. Coaching is about commitment and it's about sacrifice. It's not just a job, it's a lifestyle. That being said, Jeff Saturday has taken a position this year as a consultant for the Indianapolis Colts. And he's talked to them weekly from his home in Atlanta.
Wow.
Now to find out on Monday, in that short period of time, he's now the head coach of the new Indianapolis Colts, overseeing a staff that he chose not to choose
Not to join.
because of a lifestyle. Jeff Saturday talked about in his first press conference the fact that he's going to use his second half as an opportunity to build his resume, to see whether or not he can coach in the future. I say to that, what about the assistants on the staff right now? The guys that were there in training camp, the guys that were there early in the morning and late at night, the guys that have gone through the first 6 weeks in that building, guys like Gus Bradley, Scotty Montgomery, John Fox. Don't they deserve
John Fox,
the opportunity
Yeah.
for an owner to hire a coach who's never been an assistant at the college level or the pro level, and overseeing a lot of candidates that are qualified for that job, as we see in Steve Wilkes, an opportunity to build a resume? It's a disgrace to the coaching profession. And regardless how this thing plays out, what happened in Indianapolis is a travesty. You know, well said.
Didn't John Fox win a Super Bowl?
No,
Or-
he
or is it-
competed in a Super.
Oh, that's the
He
one.
competed
That's
in
the
two Super
one.
Bowls
That's
with
the
the
one. Yeah,
Panthers
yeah,
and with the
yeah,
Broncos.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
But I mean, you heard there. I mean, Bill Cowher was almost crying.
Yeah.
That's how angry he was. He stumbled on a lot of words. I mean, he called him the new Indianapolis. That's how pissed he was about this. That he could. I mean, he was reading off something too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That-
he
the
had
pa-
this prepared.
The passion behind the words, I think, is, and I don't think we can't necessarily speak into that. We haven't played in an NFL locker room. We don't know what the coaches, what the players go through. I'm going to take Bill Cowher at his word.
It's hard to argue with
A
very
coaching
well-
legend.
Yeah, a coaching legend who
Yeah.
made a very articulate argument against this hire. And yeah, now I'm like, okay, because when I heard it, I was like, oh, okay, Jeff
That's
Saturday,
fun.
Got it. Okay, yeah, okay. I could care less, right? It's the Indianapolis Colts. I don't care what happens
I mean,
to them.
that's fun.
But now,
I don't
but
know,
now that
they're-
that Cowher said that, I'm like, that was stupid, Indianapolis. How could you ever do something so stupid?
And,
Yeah.
and so I do want to play one more clip because I would do Joe Thomas's because Joe Thomas rips him apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's more of the same from Bill Cowher. I want to share Shannon Sharp's
Oh, yeah.
opinion on it because
Hell
he
yeah.
does talk about the Rooney Rule,
Yeah.
which has been a very serious thing within the NFL. So here's Shannon Sharp's take on the Jeff Saturday hire.
Literally only
Experience at all.
I'd take Unk as
One.
word
There's a
reason why he was
every
available.
time.
You talking about you glad he was available. There's a reason why.
He's young at Skip.
What I'm about to say is not an indictment on the individual. I I'm never upset because someone got a job. But this is what you and I both know. Ain't no way in hell a black guy getting a job like this, that's sitting around doing what we do on one of these daily shows, ain't gonna get an intern. Now, they got guys on the staff. Reggie Wayne, if I'm not mistaken, is Reggie Wayne on that staff?
Not sure.
I think.
Reggie Wayne is on the staff.
Yeah.
But we've seen this time and time again.
Yep.
I remember when Matt Millen got a job as the general manager for the Detroit Lions.
Good point.
Talking about football, analyzing football.
Same idea. Yep.
One of our former colleagues, I love Lynch, John Lynch, was the number 2 team right here at Fox. Got the general manager job.
He did.
Now, Jeff Saturday
And by the way, he's done very well.
done very well.
Yep.
But Skip Hayward, I'm glad he doesn't have. But the number one thing about black coaches don't get the job, he ain't got no experience. He never called plays. Is he a leader? Everything that they told us that they listed up, boom, 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 boom. He has none of that. He's the perfect guy for the job. He also says, Skip, we're not building a rocket to go to Mars, but that's exactly what black coaches got to do. Not only build a rocket to go to Mars, you got to find a way to have sustainable life once you get to Mars.
Good point.
This is what I want them to do with the Rooney Report.
Yep. The rules. Yep.
Throw that bull jive in the trash. Because what this man did lets you know the Rooney Rule has no teeth, and it never had teeth. Skip, what this showed you is that these men, these 32 powerful men and women, are going to hire who they want. So stop trying to peddle, trying to sell diversity. Stop trying to try to make it look good. But this is what we're trying to do.
And by the way, make the point. None of those 32 look like you.
They're going to hire somebody that looks like who? Them.
Okay.
That talks like them.
Yes.
That travel in the circle like they do.
Okay.
And Skip, I got no problem with that. Because this is what I've come to. I'm resigned to my fate. Men that look like me, I'm resigned to the fact you're going to have an awful hard time to break that glass ceiling.
Yep.
And that's what it is. So kudos to Jeff Saturday. I hope he does an unbelievable job. I really do. Because I like Jeff. I mean, I've traveled up to talk to him a lot of times. This is not a knock on John Lynch. Like I said, I don't begrudge the man for getting the job. It's the process that I have a problem with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Power. Obviously, Shannon Sharp is a very passionate speaker.
Yes.
But he brings up a lot of good points.
Yeah. It's hard to defend.
Him
Yeah.
putting up a piece of paper saying "throw that Rooney Rule in the trash."
Yeah.
I think it says a lot. I think it really says a lot.
Well, because it's Mike Tomlin, Bucks head coach. Why can't I think of it?
Todd Bowles,
Todd Bowles, yeah.
Steve Wilkes, now with Carolina, who's an interim.
Interim. But before the season started, that
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah, that was it.
So there's 3 currently. Yeah, I get it. And
Yeah,
I mean,
let's tear the Colts apart. That's why I'm sharing all these videos. Let's tear the Colts. Jim Irsay,
Let's
tear
just
them all apart.
actually has nothing
use
to do
that.
with
Yeah,
the integrity of the of
right.
coaching or
No,
the racial
that's fine.
diversity amongst coaches.
Yeah,
This is who the Colts
And-
are. This
and-
is who the Colts are.
and that Vance Joseph only got 1 year, and
No,
I
Steve
mean,
Wilkes only got 1 year. In Arizona.
Vance-
Vance Joseph
Unfortunately,
got
Vance
too
Joseph
many
was-
years.
yeah.
He got like 3 or 4.
Was
Steve
it?
Wilkes was in Arizona where he got fired after 1 year to bring in
that's
Cliff
right.
Kingsbury, who
yeah, that's right.
is going to be fired here before the end of the year.
But that was after having. Well, no, wait.
No, I'm right. Don't argue with me, Tim. I know the history of coaching.
Okay.
I
I thought no, I didn't realize Steve Wilkes was the gap year between.
he was.
What's his name? At the Bucks. Yeah, why am I having trouble with the
I don't know.
Buccaneers
Either way.
thing? Anyways,
'Cause they've never been
Yeah,
good
so
until-
all that to say that none of us have an actual opinion. We just like to share other people's opinions.
because they're very much better at talking about them than
Well,
we are.
also Shannon Sharp, Bill Cowher, Joe Thomas, all those guys, they've been in a NFL locker room. We
Yeah.
haven't. I agree with all of them.
Yeah, and like I said, my opinion really didn't I didn't really have a care in the world about who is going to head coach the Indianapolis Colts. And then, at first, I was like, oh, Jeff Saturday, I know that name. And he seems like a good guy. But then, now with everybody kind of, I'm like, dang, somebody else. There's somebody better that deserved that job, and they got passed over.
Right.
And
No, that was a wing it moment for Irsay. I mean, like,
Well, I think that's it, guys.
All right.
And we say all that, share all those videos, talk all that trash. Jeff Saturday is about to win his first game as a head coach because
against the Raiders,
and Josh McDaniels is about to be fired.
No, it's
the Raiders scored. It's 14-13. They have a chance now.
14-13. We'll go follow this.
Rams are still losing by double digits to the Cardinals. All right, guys.
It's still 17-3. There's time.
Thanks everybody for listening to this podcast.
It's the start of the third quarter.
We appreciate you. We hope you have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next Sunday after the World Cup premiere. Boom. Goodbye. Love you.
Bye-bye.